Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be finally back because it has been ages. Before I start with this video, I would suggest grab a drink, grab some snacks because I know myself and I will just ramble on, so this might be quite a lengthy video. If you've been watching me for some time, you would know that I love watching movies. But now that there haven't been that many movies that I was really drawn to watch, I followed my second passion, or let's just say it's my first passion, or on the same level. I don't know, I don't want to discriminate, and this is like watching TV shows or TV series. For example, I've watched The Mentalist, Desperate Housewives, How I Met Your Mother, CSI Miami, all those classics. At the moment I'm watching Suits and How to Get Away with Murder and Lethal Weapon. Yeah, those are the only three American ones that I'm watching, because in the recent, I believe 7 years or 8 years, I'm watching Turkish TV series, and that's a whole different world. Like, this is, oh my god. If you love drama shows, but not just drama, they have all kinds of stuff like drama, but mostly drama. They're big in the drama department. So if you love that and have a lot of time, I would suggest watch Turkish TV series because they are amazing. One thing you need to know is that one episode lasts up to 2.5 hours, so between 2 hours and 2.5 hours, but without any commercial breaks. So this time that I've just said is the time an episode lasts on YouTube. So if you're watching it on TV live on a Turkish channel, it's about, like, I would say 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, because of the commercial breaks. Because what they do is, so each week there's a new episode, and before the episode airs, the new one, there's like an hour of what happened last episode. So they're kind of summarizing the last episode, and then directly after it, they show the new episode. So without the recap, it's about 3 hours. With the recap, you're watching basically 4 hours. Just a little disclaimer, if I mispronounce some words or names, I'm really sorry to the people that understand Turkish or know Turkish. So yeah, I'm really sorry. I actually got into this Turkish world because of my family, because they were watching, I believe, A Magnificent Century, Sultan Süleyman or something. I don't know the real translation of it. I think it's called Muhteşem Yüzyıl, then I believe Sultan Süleyman. But basically the life of Sultan Süleyman. They have like 160 episodes. My family was watching that, and then they showed it like 3 days of the week, Mondays to Wednesdays, and then Thursday, Friday they showed a different series, and that was Adını Feriha Koydum, I Named Her Feriha, and that's the series that got me into this world. And I loved the show. I loved the actor, especially the male one, Çağatay Ulusoy, who played Emir. So the story is, a poor girl goes to university, meets this rich guy, they fall in love. His mother doesn't like the relationship. She hides the relationship from her parents because she isn't allowed to have a relationship, if I'm not mistaken. And then they have a relationship, then I think she lies to him somehow, then he finds out about the lie, he hates it, they break up, blah blah blah, they come back together, then there is a problem with their families. I don't remember all the details, but yeah, just a little disclaimer what Turkish TV series have. And that's a huge problem for me, because I can never really find closure whenever a series ends, because I've watched quite a few of them in my time, in those 8 to 7 years. Now I've watched only 2, I believe, that where I was like, okay, I can live with this ending. That's a good ending. I'm fine with it. All the stories are like they found a conclusion, all the secrets out, everyone's happy, everything's good. I'm happy with that. 90% of the time it's the worst ending you will ever see. Like literally worst ending ever. A good example is Erkenci Kuş, because now spoiler, they marry. Like the last episode, they're married. The families are happy, they are happy, everything's fine. Now I don't remember why this happens in particular. Anyways, so they marry, then they have their wedding dance, and what happens when they look into each other's eyes? She gets shot, she collapses in his arms, and that's the end. I mean, seriously, are you for real? What kind of an ending is that? I was devastated. I was like so angry. I was like, this can't be the end. But it was the end. Anyways, I searched this actor, Çağatay also, because I kind of fancied him back then. Not gonna lie. And then I found out that his new series was called Medcezir. It was kind of, I've never watched OC California, but I read everywhere that it was a Turkish version of OC California. So he was poor mostly, then a rich family takes him in because the father is a lawyer who helped him somehow get off the streets. He falls in love with his neighbor, like the neighbor's girl. I don't know, but I watched it, and this was the first time I really watched a series live. Yeah, I liked it. I liked the first season. I don't know how many episodes they have. I've watched, I think, 35 episodes. So one season in Turkey goes from like September, October, that range, to June, I believe. So about 30-35 episodes per season. There are, and then they go, if they have a second season, then they will have like a summer break. In that time, the TV channels show other series, short series. Some of those summer series survive the summer and go on into the real season where all the main series come back. Others just die after 3-4 months. Now, where was I? Right, the second season. I've watched only like 5 episodes of the second season of Medcezir because, I don't know, nothing really kept me going, kept me wanting to watch more of it. I just saw pictures that they somehow got married. I'm not sure. Anyways, so I was looking up this series, like when they were on a break. I was searching for this actor. I think it was Tumblr, where I found a page, and this person posted gifs of another series, which was a summer series, and I was always seeing those gifs, like the same actors but different gifs, obviously. And I was like, okay, it looks interesting, let me look into it. So I searched it and I found Kiralık Aşk, Rented Love, which was a summer series. So I started watching this new series and abandoned Medcezir. I fell in love, really. I fancied the male actor once again. But I also loved her. So basically, Rented Love. The plot is she like Jesus, how am I going to explain this like in a short way? So she's a poor girl, go figure, and he's a rich guy. Now his parents died. His aunt will get an inheritance from the guy's grandfather only if he marries somebody, but he's like this bachelor. And then she finds Daphne, the main character, female character, and she hires her, that's hence the title Rented Love. She hires her to make him fall in love with her so they can marry, and then after a year she will divorce him, and then it's a long story, but it's so worth watching. So the story goes on. I think they have about 70 episodes, I believe. So they lasted the summer, went into the normal season up until June, then had a break, and then came back for 5 months, I believe, because it ended in January. January. I can't speak anymore. Anyways, I was devastated because this was the first series I was really invested in because I loved it so much. I was waiting for it each week. I was waiting for the trailers and I just loved it. But there were a few things that I didn't like about it, especially the second season, because it was too fast paced, and then there were some secrets that weren't really, I don't know, you didn't really have a great answer for some things. I didn't like how rushed it was at times. One thing worth mentioning is that when you're watching Turkish TV series, there's a huge, okay, not huge, but there is a slight chance that this series might get cancelled just willy-nilly. Not really willy-nilly, but because the TV channel, if they see that the show doesn't do great ratings wise, they will just cancel it. They will say, okay, 3 more episodes and then that's done. And that happened to Kiralık Aşk, which I couldn't really understand this system because I was used to the American system where they would shoot a whole season, air it, and then you would see, okay, is there a new season or not? But in Turkey they shoot an episode this week and it already airs the next, so they're quite close in shooting. And one thing that happened while watching Kiralık Aşk was that the actor Barış Arduç, the one who played Ömer, the male lead, he got sick once, so they couldn't really shoot. So there was no episode that week. Now, this series ended in January and I was quite devastated, and then I didn't really have anything else to watch. I've heard of this series called Kara Sevda with Neslihan Atagül and Burak Özçivit, but I wasn't really drawn to it. It was quite dark and huge drama, and I wasn't really drawn to it. So I've watched a different one, also with Neslihan Atagül, which aired on TV, and it was, I don't remember the name, something Fatih Hap, I don't know, I'm really sorry, but it's the series. If you know the actress, you would know that she met her husband, her now husband, on set. So yeah, if you look it up, you will find it. So I watched that, loved it, again was obsessed with it. She was poor, he was rich, her cousin was kind of in love with that guy, but he fell in love with her, like with Neriman, so the female lead, and then she wasn't allowed to have relationships, but she was promised to another guy. Huge drama, blah blah blah. But then in the end, yeah, happy ending. It was a happy ending. That series did have a happy ending, but it was I mean, it was okay. It was average. Let's say it was average. I expected a little bit more, but you were satisfied with the ending. So after that, the TV channel aired Kara Sevda. If you search for Kara Sevda on YouTube, you will find their YouTube channel, and then if you go to playlist, you will find the first episode with English subtitles. I would really recommend it because this series, I mean, the series didn't win an international Emmy for nothing. It really deserved it. The actors were amazing. The story was amazing. The everything, just everything was amazing. My whole family was hooked. Like, we watched it daily. You were really invested into the characters. You loved everything. You were angry, you were sad, you felt with them. Then the last episode comes, and it was the most heartbreaking episode for me. I don't think I've cried that much watching a series, if I'm honest. So I'm just a short plot and then I'm going to spoil it. I'm really sorry if you want to watch it. So basically, she is rich, he was poor, they fell in love, he goes to university, she gets blackmailed, so she breaks up with him. He's devastated because he doesn't know the reason. Then when he goes away, he becomes this big boss. She marries this man who blackmailed her. So then he comes back. The poor guy, whose name was Kemal, her name was Nihan, and the villain's name was Emir. Now Kemal comes back, has a business negotiation, whatever, with Emir. He sees Nihan, whole drama begins. He tries to get her back, she tries to push him away, but then she tries to explain herself why that happened, and they find each other, like they have feelings for each other, and then they hide from Emir, and then a lot of stuff happens, and then in the end, like, that was, they get a child together, Kemal and Nihan, and then, like, Emir was such a psychopath, literally a psychopath. Even though I felt for him at times, but then I was like, no, you're a psychopath. Kemal and Emir blow up. Like, Emir made this, I don't know. Nihan is trapped on a hill with, what's it called, with handcuffs. She has handcuffs on. Kemal wants to rescue her. She says, no, don't come, because there are bombs everywhere. But he comes and steps on a bomb, and he can't move away. And then Emir comes and tries to rescue Nihan, and then he steps on a bomb, and then the bomb people who can fix everything say no, he can't, like, they can't do anything. And then Kemal says, please take care of my child, like, of our child. And then before that, he wrote like a really long letter to her. Like, he felt that he was going to die. Anyways, both Emir and Kemal blow up, and that's the end. Like, she lives her life with their daughter, with all the friends and family, but without him. I was devastated. Anyways, that one ended. A couple of weeks later, another show started, which was Dolunay, another summer series, and that lasted up until 31st of December. Fancy the actor there, that's why I watched it. Anyways, so the main lead, Can Yaman, is a rich guy. She's a poorer girl. She works for him, like, as his cook. Drama. Her sister is kind of a biatch and does something, and then she has the secret, and then they fall in love, but he finds out about this, then he feels betrayed, and then they fall back in love. Oh, not really. They have to fake a marriage, then they fall back in love, and then they have a real, like, they're like really married, and then they have a kid on their own. I wasn't very satisfied with that ending either, because the last episode was basically a concert, and I was like, what am I watching? A concert or a Dolunay episode? I mean, okay, she's pregnant, they're happy, but I expected a little bit more, to be honest. I don't know. It was like the one from Fatih I've mentioned before, where Neslihan Atagül met her husband. So then, because I still fancy Can Yaman, I started watching İnadına Aşk, the series he did before Dolunay. I don't know, I think I only saw like 10 episodes of the 32. I don't know why I stopped. I think because I had to study more. I don't know. It wasn't bad, but it's not the best series, in my opinion. And then summer comes, summer of 2018, and I see that he has this new project called Erkenci Kuş, early bird. He did this huge like image change. He has like a man bun, a beard now, he's bulky, he's like muscly, so good looking. But yeah, I started watching Erkenci Kuş and I'm obsessed with it. If you ask anyone from my family, you would know I'm constantly waiting for a trailer, waiting for the episodes, waiting for something. This is honestly the best series I've watched so far. I'm so invested in it. I'm so obsessed with it. I love everything about it. The story, the characters, the male lead. I love the female lead, Demet Özdemir, who plays Sanem. Can Yaman plays Can Divit. This series is amazing. But yeah, I'm really obsessed with it. So every Saturday evening I'm not available to the world. Like, I'm shut. Like, I don't know, it's just I'm not available from 7 till 10 Austrian time. I'm not available at all. I think this video is way too long already. Jesus Christ. Okay, I've just talked way too much because I'm so excited, I'm so passionate about this. I think I'll do a separate video just on Erkenci Kuş, and then I have some other plans as well, maybe starting a mini-series, because now I have some more free time. I don't know if anyone is going to watch this video, me rambling on about Turkish TV series, and then later on about one called Erkenci Kuş, but I'm so passionate about it. So yeah, anyways, I hope you still liked this video, even though this is one of my, if not the longest one I've made so far. I hope you still liked it. Maybe I got you interested in some of the series that I've mentioned. If you've watched any of the series that I've mentioned, let me know in the comments below. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It will really mean a lot to me. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push that bell button or whatever it is to get notifications whenever I'm going to post something. And I will see you very soon. Bye!